For the latest Hellboy news updates, visit hybridnetworkyt.com. What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Hybrid Network, and welcome back to another discussion on everybody's favorite half-demon detective, Hellboy. Today I thought it might be a little fun to go back through and focus on the origins of the character, not from a fictional standpoint, but more so from a creation standpoint. You see, Hellboy didn't always start out how we see him today. In fact, there was a far different look to the character and a different idea at first, though the sentiment roughly stayed the same throughout the years. It's everyone's desire to be able to do what they want to do, and the sentiment comes down in that Hellboy would have been something that was all Mignola's. In his first sketch in 1991, we get a Hellboy that's a lot different from the one that we know today. Much more monstrous and exaggerated, this Hellboy looks more in common with some of the enemies that he would fight in the regular comic series as opposed to an occult detective. He still has the shaved down horns, but his overall stature and physicality, with wings sprouting from his back and a mace dangling from his hand, leave him far from the character that we would know later on. Though he was an idea in progress, and this seemed more like putting down an idea to paper. Later on, we get a picture detailing another version of the character, one that stands a little closer to the comic book iteration, but he's accompanied by several individuals in what looks like a proto-BPRD. In the back of the trade collection of Seed of Destruction, Mignola describes how his original idea was a team-based book, though problems arose when he just couldn't bring himself to name the team or any of the other characters. The team aspect stays, but the focus is still on one character, so the others act as a backup to him. There's a few interesting designs here that indicate a sort of action squad angle, though probably the biggest thing to take away from this is just how far back Abe Sapien was being considered, the character on the far left looking exactly like the Amphibious Man. In addition to all of that, Hellboy's been smoothed out and is made to look far less like an ogre than his original conception, though he's a lot more beefy and hulkish than this drawing of him. And it's here that we see the stone hand maintained, a design that carries on later into the character's final conception. With this final design in 1993, Hellboy seems to have hit the mark. He's decked out in a lot of gadgets and tools, and his right hand is noticeably smaller than it is later on, though Mignola admits in the back of Seed of Destruction that he wasn't happy with it to begin with. Originally designed to be the first piece of promotional material for the first miniseries, it was put aside and another piece of artwork more in line with how the character is now was used instead. And so, the journey ends with the first promotional piece. And Hellboy's first story was showcased at San Diego Comic-Con in 1993, which if you haven't read them, they work pretty well as proto-stories to the first miniseries with the character. Just, you know, don't expect much of plot. It's mostly showcasing the character and the tone of what Mignola wanted to do and what he'd like to do. A lot of really crazy sci-fi centric stuff mixed with the rugged blue-collar adventurer. But that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to subscribe to check out more videos coming at you from the Hybrid Network. My name is Luke, and I'll see you all next time.